Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Appalachian Home. So it's been a while since I had done a video, but I'm back today and I wanted to do this requested video on how to cut leather with your Cricut machine. So for today's video, I'm actually using some real leather. This is a remnant pack that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's normally $9.99 for a whole pack of these leather scraps, but I got 40% off on this pack, so I actually only spent $6 for all of these leather pieces. And these are super great for doing earrings and small projects like wallets. And it comes with several different colors. You can kind of go through and pick out which pack you want, but that's what we're going to be using today. And first, for our first project, we're going to be doing these leather earrings. We're going to do just two different colors in those, and then I'm going to be doing this leather wallet. This one is actually a little bit more advanced project, but both of these are going to show you how to cut leather on your machines. For the earrings, I just went into Cricut Design Space into the projects, and I found these leather earrings. Now these are the embossed earrings, but I'm just going to be using the shape. I'm going to be changing these a little bit. I'm going to be getting rid of these holes because I'm going to be punching those out later with a leather punch. So I'm just creating two small circles in Design Space, and I'm welding that to the original earring to get rid of those holes. I'm also going to resize these just a little bit to get them to the shape that I like. I'm going to make those a little bit longer just to get them to the shape that I want. Then for the second set of earrings, I'm going to make those a little bit smaller. So now they're ready to cut out, so I'm going to go ahead and place my leather on the mat. So the most important tip I can give you when you're using leather with your Cricut is to use a super sticky fresh mat. I'm using a standard here, but you really need a strong grip mat with leather, and also use tape to secure your leather. That's really going to help you keep your leather in place and make sure that it doesn't move around when you are cutting through thick leather. Something else I do for leather cutting is to use my rotary blade, and I'm just switching out my fine blade to use this round cutting blade. It's actually for fabric, but I find it works much better than the fine blade and the knife blade. You also want to make sure to move your little white rollers out of the way when you're cutting thick materials. So when you are using your rotary blade, the tip is to find your materials under the fabric settings. That way your machine will automatically refer you to use your rotary blade. You can find leather and things like that under other settings that require you to use a knife blade or the fine tip blade, but if you go under your fabric and use those settings, then you can use your rotary blade. And I also selected suede under the materials to cut this leather. Before you go to remove your leather, you can always check to make sure that you've had a clean cut. If not, before you remove your mat, you can send it through your cut one more time. Just hit the go button on your machine before removing your mat. Mine had some little tabs on the edges here, but it's just because my mat was not sticky enough to hold these down while my rotary blade was cutting completely through. But if you use a sticky enough mat, this will not happen. So after I got my earrings cut, I'm just cutting a hole with my leather punch here, and I'm putting them together with some earrings that I just purchased from Hobby Lobby. So now we're going to do this wallet. I'm going to show you how to upload your own pattern to cut out for leather and other things. So I found this leather pattern on makesupply.com. Now this pattern actually came as a PDF, and Cricut does not recognize PDF files. So you'll need to convert this to a PNG either in a program called GIMP or Inkscape, but I'll try to do a video on that if you're wondering. But I just uploaded my PNG after it was converted, and I'm just going to erase all this background here, and all that's going to do is leave the cut lines of the pattern. You also want to just save these as a cut file. Now I'm just going to upload these into my canvas and resize them to their actual size. A good way to do this is actually print off a copy of your PDF and measure those with a ruler or some kind of tape measure, and then that way you can transfer those dimensions onto your images in your Cricut design space. These two squares here called for the pattern to be taped together before cutting out this piece, so I'm just welding these two pieces together in design space. And now all of my pieces are ready to cut out. So I'm just going to be placing my leather on the mat where all these pieces are located. So now everything is cut out. I can just put everything together where it goes and sew this up on a sewing machine or glue it however you want to do your projects. I'm not going to do a tutorial on how I sewed this, maybe in the future if you guys are interested, but I just sewed this with a regular sewing machine after I put everything together, and this is how it turned out. So I hope this video really helped you with trying some leather products and things like that. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will try to get back to you and answer those as best as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'll see you back in a couple days with a new video.